You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Weird Science Comics YouTube channel, where I'm going to be going through yet another dark web tie-in. Don't we all love these? It's Dark Web Miss Marvel #1. And it may shock you, but I am a Kamala Khan Miss Marvel fan. She is actually one of my favorite characters. As a fan, though, I will tell you right now, most of the time, she's written horribly, and I haven't even been able to get through a lot of the most recent stuff she's been in. But this is a dark web tie-in, and I am your dark web boy. Speaking of which, I got a notification from McAfee yesterday that my email address was found in the dark web. So that's just one more reason why I hate this event. Now, before we kick into the review, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, enable the notifications, let me know what you think of Dark Web Miss Marvel #1 and the Dark Web event overall. Here are the credits for Dark Web Miss Marvel #1. It's written by Sabir Pirzada, art by Francesco Mortarino, colors by Protobunker's Dano Sanchez Almara, and letters by VC's Ariana Mayer. Here's the recap. Kamala Khan was a normal teenage girl until the Terrigen Mist washed over Jersey City. That's what that stench in New Jersey is, right? Take that, New Jersey, and unlocked her latent inhuman powers. Using her newfound polymorph powers, she became the hero known as Miss Marvel. Recently, Kamala's taken a position as a lab intern at Oscorp, the massive corporation run by Norman Osborn, the reformed Green Goblin. Meanwhile, Ben Reilly, the clone of Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man, and Madeline Pryor, the clone of Jean Grey, a.k.a. Marvel Girl, have recently sworn revenge against those who have historically wronged them as Chasm and the Goblin Queen of Limbo. They've set their sights on the heroes of New York City first. ... Now, if you remember, Kamala popped up in Dark Web #1 seemingly because Ben Reilly Chasm was just reading a book that sounded like her name. And I know that's not really the case, but why else is she here? And in here, I don't actually just mean the Dark Web event that stole my email address, but also Kamala has been working as a lab intern at Oscorp in Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man run. I don't get it. I mean, I get it. Wells wants to force Kamala into his book and just doesn't seem to know the character. The funny thing is, he could have just had Kamala's best bud and tech guy, Bruno, work at Oscorp and get the same result. You want Kamala in the story, she shows up to visit Bruno, and there you go. But Kamala, not really a tech gal or scientist, more of a cosplayer type deal and just student. At least Pirzada kind of addresses that situation, but really doesn't do much else in this issue. Like the other tie-ins so far, Kamala has to deal with inanimate objects coming to life thanks to Madeline Pryor playing her sus organ. I know that sounds sexy. It really isn't. Pirzada then tries to play it up like a demonic Beauty and the Beast with lab equipment coming to life and throwing shade at Kamala, but this whole scenario is already stale and really wasn't that good to begin with. In the end, Kamala gets to do Miss Marvel stuff, which is cool. She saves her lab partner and maybe future love interest, Arjun, runs into Ben Reilly reading his book, and ends up in limbo by the end. There really is no reason to read this as a dark web tie-in, though. However, there are a couple things here that may grab Kamala fans' interest. You get the usual dose of family and friends, and throughout the issue, Kamala is being stalked by the Inventor, who died back in 2015. If you don't know, the Inventor is a clone of Thomas Edison mixed with a cockatiel, and that is as sexy as it sounds. And I know most of you are probably rolling your eyes at that right now, and I understand why. It's just a shame that Pirzada doesn't really do anything to get non-Kamala fans up to speed on much of anything here, and then really doesn't do much for the dark web story to make this feel worthwhile. I mean, you end up having this villain who is crazy. Thomas Edison clone mixed with a cockatiel who has been dead for over 7 years, and you really don't do anything to get people up to speed. So overall, this is yet another bad dark web tie-in issue that most should just avoid. The art is good, but when you're drawing sentient crap-talking microscopes, I really don't expect much anyway. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10 for this issue, but from now on, I will be taking an additional 1 point off my score at the end until the dark web stops messing with my email address. So I'm ending this 4 out of 10. Now, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, enable the notifications, and let me know what you thought of this Miss Marvel tie-in and the dark web event in general. But that's it, and I will talk to everybody later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.